Bro, this is Chub. No, this is Chubby. This right here is Chubby. Original.
What's up, everybody? My name is Joel Franco, and I'm here to talk about Nights in the Stack, my 8th album. I grew up in Hayward, South Hayward, California. I stayed in right there off of Tennyson. There's like a little mobile home park right in front of the stoplight on the corner of Tennyson and Tyrell's on the other side. And that's where I was at. Spend my days like riding my scooter or my bike before I got stolen to like Ron Robbie, Walgreens, the Taqueria Eduardo's right there by Walgreens. And shit. We went across the bridge to West Hayward to that park and chill right there across the street from the McDonald's. Rode my bike all the way to Union Landing to go walk around GameStop. Couldn't afford none of the games, but shit, had something to do. To the movies, go up to Garen with my homie, shout out my homie Vince. And yeah, that was pretty much my childhood, honestly, was just running around carefree, big mouth, talking shit, trying to start trouble, I guess, you know, but not too much because I was kind of pussy at the same time. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was about that life. I wanted to be about that life, but then like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna say it's morals, because if I had morals, like, I wouldn't have even contemplated, you know, certain things. But I mean, we all do things we are proud of. Most of mine were just attempts, but I mean, that's pretty much my childhood. Nights in the Stack, it kind of stemmed. I wanted to do a song, like it was really just supposed to be a song called Nights in the Stack, and it was supposed to be. I was working on an album at the time, and the album was supposed to be called the Retrospective LP. And really, like, it was in retrospect to like my whole life, because I was contemplating like just kind of leaving the music scene and really focusing more on my film, you know, my filmmaking. I built up a group. Obviously, you're watching it on our YouTube channel. So I wanted to include a song called Nights on the Stack in that retrospective LP. And I don't know, it just kind of built up from there. Like, I felt it is kind of like ironic, like I was living thinking a lot of retrospective thoughts, you know, thinking back. And back when I used to make my more like emotional, like heartbreak type of music, like people would always like hit me up on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and like, hey man, like your music does shit for me. Like I go through the same thing, you know, like stuff like that. So it's like, I really started thinking like, these people, like some of these are grown ass men, you know, like they just feel like because they have to be grown ass men, they can't tell their side of the story. And then like just my whole life being around people who in front of a camera or in front of others, they're this kind of person, but really at home, like their whole life is totally different. And that's nothing really to be ashamed of. I mean, if you think about it, it's like dog eat dog world out there, you know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't about that life or you ain't about doing something, you have to at least pretend like you are, you know, to not take the chance of being taken advantage of, you know what I mean? It's like a defense mechanism if you think about it. Like you see like in the animal kingdom, like there's animals who like flaunt like colors, you know, like they get big, but really that's dead as their only like form of defense. So I think like people are the same way. And it just really took a lot, like really my entire life of just thinking and observing this stuff and me doing the same things too, you know, that I felt like, you know what, I really feel like everybody has a story that they're not telling, you know, and like, honestly, I mean, these stories I just created right in my head, but like, I know that they affect a lot of people because most of them are really based off of people that I know and things I've heard, you know. And my city, I feel like, I don't know, especially like South Hayward more than, you know, the other parts of Hayward, really is like, people think of it of a certain way, you know, or like, I don't know, like, I don't know if you guys ever heard like, oh, he's just a South Hayward nigga, you know, like when they say that shit on the other side of the overpass, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the fuck is a South Hayward nigga, you know what I mean? Like, I thought this is all Hayward, you know what I'm saying? And especially too, like, with all the gentrification going on, you know,
There's a lot of new development that's rising in Hayward.
Yeah, like in our hills, man. Like our hills are going away. It's all gonna be just these rich ass housing that people who've been here their whole lives, we can't afford those fucking housings. They're trying to bring in other people, and our whole culture, our whole, you know, whatever, the whole definition of our city is gonna change, and we're gonna start seeing it change. We started seeing in San Francisco, Oakland, you know, all these places that people have just really been rooting here the whole long about to be yanked out. And so I feel like if anything, we could at least try to document these stories and reasons why we are the way we are, you know, because music really is invincible. It never dies. So like the moment I hit upload, that shit's on the internet forever. You know what I'm saying? So at least we have something to look back on, whether it applies to you or it doesn't. It applies to many of us. I confidently say that, you know, just because I can go into my DMs ever since I dropped this album, and I can tell you, you know, like people thanking me and shit like that. I don't say that like in a cocky way. I say that with pride, you know, like I did what I meant to do. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I just hope people just got out of it like it's okay to be different. It's okay to feel any type of way. It's okay to fall in love. It's okay to fall out of love. It's okay to, you know, like I just don't want people to see our city, you know, like it's a little rough around the edges, but like, you know, that's, even though you see like the gangsters, the drug dealers, all that shit, like it's a part of all of our lives. Obviously we live right in the middle of where it all happens, but like that doesn't really define us, you know what I'm saying? And I say that in the intro too. Bitch, listen to the album.
So I want to go in a little bit into the album. Tennyson Road Flow 3.
Yeah.
Now, I know you have multiple tracks named Tennyson Road Flow. What's different about this third one versus your two previous ones?
They're all totally different. Like they're all the same concept, the same, you know, but this one's more so of me setting the tone for the album. This is the intro to the album. The other ones were not intros. They were just like filler tracks, honestly. This one is mostly, it's definitely the most laid back, I think, of the three Tennyson Road Flow tracks, because it has to set the mood. You know, with the other ones were a little bit more higher energy, but this one is kind of, imagine it's serving as your sunset into the night, you know, into the night of the stag.
Now, you know I have to ask you about this. Brown Boy Wonder. I know you mentioned some visuals. For Brown Boy Wonder, I mean, it has a really, I don't know how to put it, but like a crazy vibe to it. What was going through your head at the time when you were writing for this?
Yeah, to me it was a dope ass, you know, name, and then like I wanted a track where I could just kind of snap and just go in on it, and so I was like, well, Brown Boy Wonder, you know. Most people that live in Hayward, there's a lot of brown folk in South Hayward, you know what I mean? So fuck it, you know, let's embrace who we are. And yeah, Brown Boy Wonder is just like, it's kind of like in your face type of thing, you know, like it's a little bit more aggressive flow that I do, you know, and that kind of ties into like how I feel about just being a fucking brown boy, you know, like I'm proud of being who I am, looking the way I do. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be an ugly ass white dude if you think about it.
So track 3, On the Way.
On the Way. On the Way is a dope ass song too. It's a chill ass song. Like it kind of represents, I guess, like me writing it. I don't know if this is conveyed in the song, but like me writing it was supposed to be like, you know, like me feeling myself like, all right, I'm getting ready to get out of this city. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what it was. It was like, it's like broke boy dreams, you know, like I talk about, you know, having a mansion, a white Bugatti, you know, busting down from the mansion parties, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So that's what the song is. It's just like, it's about broke boy dreams.
Starving. What can you tell us about that?
Starving. That's like one of my favorite tracks, honestly, on this shit. The beat is so like bae, you know, like I heard the beat and I was like, yo. And it kind of like goes off of what I see, you know, like people who don't talk to you, who like just blew you off in high school or after high school, all of a sudden you're doing things with your life and there's potential, right away they want to hop on your dick, and they want to be a part of this wave that you're creating, right? But they're trying to ride the wave at its height, not when it was fucking forming, you know? So what happens when you do that? You're just gonna fall in the water and drown and fucking die alone, bitch. Like in the city where like, almost like, you think it's accurate for me to say like, most people in Hayward know each other or know of each other? You know what I mean? So it's like funny how like, you know, I post a video on Instagram and it's sponsored and it gets, you know, thousands of views, or like, you know, like my album starts doing, you know, is in the thousands doing numbers. All of a sudden these people I ain't talked to in years, like, hey man, I fuck with your music. When I drop my first shit and you're like, nah, fuck you, man. Like I want people who've been with me forever. You know what I mean? I know that's not always gonna be the case. People are discovering you late, but I know who's been around and who wasn't. So that track is just kind of to y'all like, fuck off, you know?
Track 5 is Gangsta, and I imagine it's because of the environment that that you're in. Yeah, it's gangsta, you feel me?
Yeah, gangsta. The first verse is told from like the kid's point of view, and that's kind of, a lot of this album isn't based on my own life, but this one I can relate to it. I never had this comment, and the second verse is told from the mom's perspective, responding to her son. I never had this conversation with my mom because, like I said, it was never really that serious for me. But yeah, like the kid, he's talking about, you know, he gets picked on, you know, and he feels like the only way for him to survive in his environment is to start, you know, straying off the wrong path. And his mom's responding to him like, nah.
The next track that you have on this album is called Take Me Away.
Yeah, Take Me Away. Man, that track is cool because it's kind of showing you like, kind of like the repercussions of the previous track. You know what I mean? Like, if the kid from the track before it was to grow up to do whatever he was thinking about doing, you know, what could happen? You know what I mean? And it's like, the person that is telling the story of the song is like really feeling, you know, guilt. Like he really just threw his fucking life away, you know, for over what, you know, like, you know, selling drugs, you know, doing shit he wasn't supposed to be, you know. And like, there's actually like a line, I think it's like one of the most powerful lines in that song. It's like something about like, he's talking about his dad, you know, crossed the border only to see his son, you know, for freedom for his family, and his son to just be locked up, you know what I mean? Like, he should have just stayed over there, and it probably would have been the same story, you know what I mean? And my dad being immigrant, you know, like, that's something I think about a lot. Is like, man, you went through a whole hell of a lot of trouble for me to have all these opportunities I wouldn't have had down there. So like, I really just gotta, you know, bust my ass and work, if not harder than you, then just as hard as you know what I mean? With anything, like, that's such a stupid thing to say. It's like, I live die for these streets. The fucking streets ain't even alive, you know, for you to be taken care of. They're gonna be here through whatever, you know what I'm saying? You ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's something I just don't understand about people, is like, and I don't want to knock nobody's hustle. Like, I'd really like to have a conversation with somebody who has this mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think that way? You know? And like, I'm not trying to make you feel stupid or nothing. My bad if I'm offending anybody, but like, me, I've never thought, I love my city, trust me. You know, I really do. It's played a huge part of who I am today, but like, I've never had that desire, you know, to just like, I love my city so much, I'm gonna destroy it. I'm gonna kill the people that live in there that love it just as much as I do. You know what I mean? That's actually a line of the song. It's like, you love your city so much, but you proceed to destroy it. You know, and like, it talks about like, you know how like the media makes us look too. Like, what perfect example going on today, like the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, stuff like that. They only show the ones that aren't even really with the movement wilding out, and they put the label of the entire group on that shit, you know what I'm saying? And same thing, like, those of us who go to protests and we fight for something we believe in, they're gonna choose the small little percentage that are just are stupid, and they riot and they, you know, do stupid shit all the time to represent everybody, you know what I'm saying? And so like, that's another thing you really gotta think about. That is like, you love your city so much, then make it look great. You know, like, why don't you do something positive for your city instead of fucking running around here blasting people for no fucking reason, you know what I'm saying?
Here you talk about planting seeds in track 9. Are you a grower?
I am a grower. I'll say it right now. I'll grow fucking beanstalk, bitch. That's dead ass. Planting seeds. That's a cool song. I like that song because, like, too often we hear the story of the ain't shit hood father who like just, you know, got you pregnant and left your ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we don't hear the story about the guy who really does want to be a dad. He wants to give you the whole world, and he just can't afford it right now. You know, times are tough, and he's at least trying to, he doesn't want to bring his kid into a world that he ain't even sure he can survive himself, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's just like that. That's all the song is about, you know, is this guy telling this girl, like, I love you so much, and I love you so much that I don't want to put us in the spot that we probably can't get out of.
Track 10, you have, it's named Runaway. What can you tell us about this track?
Runaway is my favorite song, I think, on the album, because I like the delivery on it, you know, the beat, and the song, like, I actually got this inspiration from a family member of mine who, you know, he married his high school sweetheart, you know what I mean? I don't care if the bitch knows I'm talking about it or not, you know. My cousin's the male, so I don't give a fuck, right? But, you know, they had a kid together, and just shit, like, she decided that she was growing up too fast and her youth was running away from her, so she leaves him to, like, go embrace her youth, which is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for you having fun, but if you're a mother, like, I'm sorry, now you've got a youth to look after, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that might not even be the true story, that's just the version I heard. So that's what I'm running with.
Track 11, it's called Mind Games.
Yeah.
You play mind games with people, or why'd you come up with that?
I don't think I play mind games with people. If I do, I mean, I'm pretty good at it, because then I'd be playing mind games with myself, if you think about it. But mind games is about like a relationship that's falling apart, and it's about like how bad you are for somebody or how bad somebody is for you, but you've just grown so used to them that, you know, it's like a drug. You can't stop, you know. It really, I guess it really wasn't a song that needed to be on the album about Hayward, but because I know so many people from Hayward that they're not faithful, they, you know, do a bunch of shit, you know. I'm not calling nobody, I'm not saying no names, but it's like, I see it enough in my city that I felt, okay, it has its place in this album.
Track 13 is called Dope Dealer. Now, like, based on what you were saying earlier, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yo.
Dope dealer, I mean, what can you tell us about that? What kind of dope you slanging?
That shit slaps. I don't slang no dope. I wasn't built for that. But Dope Dealer is told from like an OG's perspective, or like somebody who's been through it and is trying to tell this new kid who wants to start following this lifestyle not to do it.
Track 14 is named Disrespectful.
Yeah.
How'd that come about?
Disrespectful, I wrote when I was at work because I was fucking bored. I got this beat, and shout out Panacho Beats. The beat fucking slapped, and I was like, yo, like, I like rapid fire spitting, you know what I'm saying? So like, I wanted a song where I was just fucking snapping. And Disrespectful really is to be honest, like a filler, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like about like, I don't know, like he's claiming like his turf, you know, like this whole section is introduced by It Comes in the Night, and like the album's like divided up in sections, right? So like this section is like about like the dark side, I guess. So it's like it's a different mind state than the love side, and like the beginning of the album and the end of the album. So like, yeah, it's just really about like, it's just been fire. I'm just gonna keep it real with you, like that's Disrespectful. It's just a slapper, and I like offending people. So if you're
Speaking of slappers, the next track that we have after Brown Boy Wonder, since we already spoke about Brown Boy Wonder, is called Oh Shit, which I don't know, I really like that song. It has a little
little
to
fucking
it, you know
bounce,
what I mean?
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's your party track on the shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's another popular one.
And then after that we have On Mamas, which is a popular saying here in the Bay Area. Well, what else can you say about On Mamas?
On Mamas.
What does On Mamas mean?
On Mamas is like, how would you explain On Mamas? Like yeah, like I swear to God, you know what I'm saying? Like Like for sure, you know what I'm saying? It's just like
I ain't
you put some on your mama, you better fucking do it, or you know, you better mean what you're saying, you know. And
Mama ain't nothing to play with.
hell nah, you know what I'm saying? And I put that on my mama, I'm gonna fucking embarrass you.
Tears on my flask.
Yo, tears on my flask.
What's your favorite drink? What do you like to drink?
I like the clear shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like me some Ciroc.
Vodka boy. Okay.
I'm a vodka boy. I'm a tequila boy. I don't like Hennessy. Ooh, I'm sorry. Everybody in the rap game seems to like Hennessy. I don't know why.
It's when you plot on your enemies.
Nah, man, I don't like Hennessy. That shit make me. If I'm ever gonna throw up, it's because I drank some Hennessy or some like whiskey or some shit like that. I like my vodka, man, my tequila. But Tears on My Flask is a very important song, I think. It is about a guy who is self-medicating and he is drinking himself to death, and he's letting a little voice inside of his head, his inner demons, talk to him and convince him to do things and say things that he doesn't want to. Nothing good really ever comes out of self-medicating, you know what I'm saying? And actually that's a good lead into the next song, right? Broken Crayons. Yeah, Broken Crayons.
How'd you come up with the concept for Broken Crayons?
Because Broken Crayons still color. I don't know where the fuck, I don't know if I read that somewhere or if I really did think of it. I'm pretty sure I thought of it, but I might have read it somewhere years ago and then I remembered it. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. But yeah, like a broken crayon isn't a perfect crayon anymore, right? The most desirable crayons are the perfect ones with a nice sharp point on them, right? When you break it in half, you're like, fuck, I don't even want to use this crayon. It's a worthless piece of shit.
There's also a saying where it's easy to look sharp when you haven't done any work.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. So like a broken crayon still colors, it still serves a purpose, and that's what the song really is aimed at people who suffer from like depression and anxiety, you know, any other type of mental illness like that. You know, like I don't ever want anybody to feel like they're alone. You know what I'm saying? Like me as an artist, like my job is to be there for you through the means of music. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like I'm always open to having a conversation with somebody who feels alone. We can compare our own, you know, our trials and tribulations. You know, we've all been through shit, and I just don't ever want anybody to feel like they're alone, like they don't have worth. You know what I'm saying? And that can come from anything. Like in the song, I talk about, you know, a girl who's been cheated on and you know, abused, or like somebody who can't get out of the bed because they're so depressed because of whatever. You know, like. It's so important not to judge people who suffer from mental illness, you know. So Fading is told from the perspective of a mother who's already passed away. She's looking down at her disappointing son from heaven, and she's trying to tell him, you know, like, I'm fading. I feel like I'm fading away. I'm fading out of your life, fading out of your mind, because all these lessons I taught you, I don't see you, you know, living by the morals I tried to instill in you when I was alive. You know, you're out here acting the fool, and it's like you're really just shitting on me and my memory. And you know, like, she ends up fading away at the end of the song. Spoilers. And I feel like that's important because, especially in my life right now, and when I wrote the song, it really wasn't a big thing in my life. But certain things have happened to me since the initial release of this album, where the song just means so much more. And we always gotta remember, no matter what you believe in, you know, like, I believe people, you know, those who are past are like watching over you always. And, you know, I made you proud. I tried to make you proud in life, and I'm gonna keep making you proud in death.
And the last track that you have is called Home Again.
Yeah, Home Again is literally the only song on this album that's told from my perspective. Home Again is dedicated to my two best friends in the whole wide world. You know, I got Vince, Devontae, you know, like, we were inseparable, you know, like, as teenagers, you know, growing up, like, I'm gonna be 100%, like, the best memories of my life, like, 90% of them are with my homeboy Vince, like, and my friend, you know, my homeboy Devontae, like, but mostly, like, with Vince, I've known him so much, I've known him almost my entire fucking life, and, like, you know, growing up has not been easy for us, you know, you know, Devontae has kids, you know, I'm doing this shit, you know, I'm in a relationship, I'm doing, you know, my own thing, Vince doing his own thing, you know, and like, and this is a conversation the three of us have had, you know, a couple times. It's like, you know, we feel like we're drifting apart, but I was like, yo, like, we're really not, you know, like, when we're together, that's what's called home again. I feel like I'm home again. Like, home to me is like high school times, you know, when we were just in the summertime, like, I spent days He was at Vince's house, you know, just fucking chilling, sleeping over, just having fun, trying to get, you know, people to buy his fucking sweatshirts at the gas station and shit like that. So like the song is really just, it's for us. It's not for nobody else. I don't give a fuck who likes this song, who does it. It ain't for you. Alright, so I'm gonna need y'all to go get this album. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, fucking Google Play Music. I don't got that shit, so I don't even know what that is. But man, go get this album, especially if you're from the Bay. Like I know it's about Hayward, but really it applies to everywhere, you know what I mean? Even if you ain't from California, this could probably still apply to you, you know what I mean? Get this album, help spread the word, man. To a guy like me who really has almost nobody doing shit for him, you know, helping me out. I got fucking family members, you know, friends and shit that they really care about me so much, but they don't help me out, you know what I'm saying? So like, help me out, you know, if you're a family member and you ain't share my shit, fuck you. Dead ass. Like, you're supposed to help me, you know? If you did shit with your life, I'd help you. Damn, that's fucked up. Subscribe to this channel, man, Chubby Pictures. We're gonna have new short films, new series coming out. Subscribe to our other channel, Chub Hub, where it's just about us living our lives. You know, you see us on camera acting or doing or whatever. See us when we're not acting. We're just literally being ourselves. So I hope y'all follow me on this journey. You follow us. Shout out my boy Jose for doing this interview. Shout out my boy Isaac laying on the floor behind Jose who's doing this interview. You know, so yeah, fuck with us. And like I said, you got the album. I love you. You support me. I love you. If you don't, fuck you. But you can redeem yourself by getting this album. Yeah.